Sorry. Yes. So yesterday we were seeing till what is meant by region and what is meant by availability zones and what is meant by edge locations. Everything we have seen complete. We know what is meant by region and we know what is meant by availability zones as well as we know what is meant by edge location. I'll summarize again. Region is nothing but it is a geographical location where each region has the multiple availability zones. Each region has the multiple availability zones. Availability zones is where the data center has been located, which is very much secure. Even no one knows where this availability zones is located. Only the AWS people knows where this AWS is like availability zones is located. So that that is that much it is secure. That much it is secure. So each region have the availability zones and each availability has the edge location. What is the edge location? In order to optimize the performance or in order to improve your website or application performance, we have one location called edge location where your data will be cached, so that next time when any users comes in, it will be directly hitting the edge location instead of the it will be directly hitting the edge location instead of the server, because all details will be cached in your edge location, because all details will be cached in your edge location. Let's say one example. First time, if you close the browser, first time, maybe I'll show again. See here. So I'll just log into my AWS account. Maybe I'll just log into my AWS console. See, now I am not even giving my username and password. This time, I directly open the browser. I have not even given my username and password. It has been directly entered into my AWS account, because my username and credential is stored in this browser. My username and credential has been stored in this browser cache. Now, what will happen, right? I will delete my cache. See, I'll give Control Shift Delete, and then I just click on delete the cache. I click on delete the cache. Now, if I close the browser, again I will open the browser now. Again, I will open the browser now. Now, again, I will just go for AWS console login. Maybe I'll just click on this login, click on sign in. See here, this time it is asking me the username password because I have cleared the cache. It is first hitting the edge location. It is first hitting your cache. Here in that cache, I have already deleted my username and password. I have recently deleted my cache so that it is directly hitting to the server and checking whether the username which I am putting is correct or not. Now again, if I try to re-log it, this time it will fetch from the cache. But if I again clear the cache, it will go back to the server and it will fetch the data from there. It will go back to the server and it will fetch the data from there. Let me type this. Okay. So now it has been, what it will do, it will go to my server and will check whether my username and password is correct or not. If I enter the incorrect password, database will throw an error. See, this guy username is incorrect or this guy password is incorrect. So don't allow him to sign in. That error message will obviously get it. Or if now I have logged in, now my username and credential will be cached into the edge location. Now my username and password will be cached into the edge location. Next time when user comes and sign in, it will first check in the edge location, then only it will go to the server, so that my website performance will be optimized and my application will be very high. So that is the reason we are moving into edge location. We will be directly going for EC2. We will directly go for EC2. EC2, as I said, it is nothing but it is an elastic cloud computer. EC2 is nothing but it is an elastic cloud compute where I can say it is a virtual server or a machine, or I can even call it as instance. EC2 is nothing but it is your elastic cloud compute. I can even call as virtual machine or virtual server, or even I can call it as virtual instance. It is the virtual machine. You don't have the physical machine. The physical machine is nothing but the lab which you have connected. Physical machine is nothing but the desktop which you have. But virtual machine, we are going to create one machine on a cloud. We are going to create one machine on a cloud. Now let's see. Now let's see how to create an account or how to create one EC2. In this search, just search for EC2. In this search, just search for EC2. EC2 is a service. Here, EC2 is the service. We are going to see further more like services further. But EC2 is one of the first service we are going to see. So it is some see here, it is the virtual server in the cloud, virtual machine in the cloud, or virtual instance in the cloud. So just click on this EC2. Just click on this EC2. So this page will be landed up. So this page will be landed up. So you need to click on launch the instance. You need to click on this and click on launch the instance. You click on launch the instance. See, if by default it has been selected as North Virginia. By default, it has been selected as North Virginia. If you want, you can select Mumbai region. If you want, you can select Osaka, Seoul, Singapore. That is up to you. By default, it has been selected North Virginia. If you want, I can even click on this Mumbai region. See here, it has been changed to Mumbai, and it is my region code is AP-South-1. This is my region. Okay. Okay. This page has been landed up. See here, it is called as instance. EC2 we will call as instance. In AWS term, it is called as instance. So further, we will be talking about instance. We will be mentioning the term called instance. Sometimes I will mention as machine, sometimes I may mention as server, but in AWS term, it is called instance. In AWS term, it is called instance. See here, AWS Amazon EC2 allows you to create a virtual machine or instance. It EC2, it can help to create a virtual machine or an instance which on the AWS cloud. As I said, we can create one virtual machine or a virtual server or a virtual instance on the AWS cloud. On the AWS cloud. Okay. So what are the steps to create? What are the steps to create? First, search for EC2. So after searching for EC2, you will be getting the AWS dashboard. So you will be getting the AWS dashboard. So once you have this dashboard, you need to click on launch the instance. Click on launch the instance. In the second launch the instance page, we have an option called names and tags. So we have an option called names and tags. Name is nothing but your machine name. Whenever we are buying a name, we are going to give some name, right? This is my HP laptop, or this is your name. Maybe you will give your username. You will give your username. So that name we need to mention. Maybe that name we need to mention. This name, it will be in the pair of key value pair. This name is nothing but it is in the form of key and value pair. Key is nothing, it is a name. Name and value is the, maybe it is my machine, or I will just give as my machine, or my own laptop, or my personal laptop, or my server, or my instance. Even you can give your name, you can give my name, any name you can mention. So it is the key and it is the value. That is called key value pair. Key and a value. It is a key and it is a value. That is called key and value pair. So see here, name is the key. Name is the key. I'm going to give now the value. Maybe for example, I just give my virtual machine or my virtual server or anything you can give. As of now, I'm just naming as my virtual machine. If you want to add the tags, just click on tag. Tags is nothing but like you can add up to 50 tags. Maybe I'll just give as owner. You can create your own tag. Owner, maybe I'll just give my name. Satish is the owner. You can add n number of tags. See here, still 48 is remaining. Still 48 is remaining. Nice, 1 minute. Yeah, sorry. So here you can create like 48 tags like this. Even you can add like sub owner also you can add, or emergency number, anything. Tags is nothing but it's, if you add, it is fine. If you are not adding, you can just close this. That is not a mandatory. That is not a mandatory. Just to give the name of your machine alone. This and all, it is not a mandatory. Just to give your machine name alone. Then this part is very much clear, right? Name is nothing but your machine name. If you want, you can add some subtags like owner, sub owner, emergency number, like your laptop ID, your OS version, anything you can give. That is all not a mandatory. Just you can give name and your name of your machine. Just to give name and the name of your machine. Maybe I'm just giving as my virtual machine. My virtual machine. Next topic I'm going to see is, this is very much important. This is very much important, which is called AMI. AMI is nothing but it is an Amazon machine image. AMI is nothing but it is an Amazon machine image. Amazon machine image. So now I'll ask you a question. So first of all, if I'm going to buy a new laptop, first thing what will come to your mind? First thing, like you don't have any knowledge about the laptop at all. First thing, what the first thing will be coming to your mind? You are going to one showroom, or before buying the laptop itself, if you are thinking like buying a new laptop, what is the first thing will come into your mind? Guys, what is the first thing it will come into our mind whenever we are going to buy any new laptop?
Price.
Price, okay, 1 minute.
Processor and all.
Okay, price we will consider. Remaining, first we will choose the OS, right? Whether I need a Windows laptop or a Mac laptop.
Processor.
Yeah, processor, price, everything we choose. But before that, we need to decide whether you are going to buy a Windows laptop or a Mac laptop. Correct. That is one the first thing we'll choose. If you want to have a Mac laptop, you need to choose, like you need to go to the Mac showroom. If you want to have the Windows laptop, there are multiple showrooms. That is up to you. You can go to any any showrooms or any shops, and then you can buy. The AMI is nothing but it is a software part. First thing, AMS is nothing but it is an OS. Which OS you are going to buy? Either a Windows or either a Mac or either a Linux or Solaris, or which OS you are going to buy. So AMI is nothing but an OS, which is a software part of the machine. Which is a software part of any machine. Software part of any machine. Software part is any machine. Okay. So now we have chosen which OS. For example, if you have chosen the Windows machine. Windows machine. For example, if you are buying a new laptop, that Windows machine will also have the pre-installed software, right? If you are buying any new laptop, like you have some pre-installed software, like Windows Media Player will be pre-installed, like the calculator will be a pre-installed, like any other PDF opener will be a pre-installed, and there are some audio drivers will be pre-installed. So here also, whenever we choose any AMI, or the OS, we will get the OS as well as any pre-installed software, Not only we will get the pure OS and all. So we'll get the pure OS as well as the pre-installed software. So like what are the softwares, whichever necessary, it will be pre-installed on your machine. Okay. Now I have chosen which machine I am going to buy. First of all, you have decided your machine name. Then you have decided which OS you are going to work on. Then now I am going to choose the instance type. Now I'm going to select the instance type. The next option. See here, before moving into this, I'll show here under the AMI, we have multiple OS like Linux, Mac, Ubuntu, Windows, Red Hat, like SUSE Linux. You have n number of OS. If I click on this browse more AMIs, see here, there are around 7,462 OSs versions and all it is available. There are around 7,462 OS versions are available. Even you can create your own OS and upload over here. See here, my AMI is nothing but you can create your own OS and you can upload the AWS itself. By the same way, everyone uploaded, there are around 7,460 OSs available. But we are going to choose, as of now, I am going to choose the Linux machine. If you want, you can go for Mac. If you want, you can go for Ubuntu. If you don't, you can go for Windows. But we are going to choose this AWS Linux first. Tomorrow we will see how to launch the Windows machine. As of now, today we are going to see how to launch the Linux machine, because Linux machine is only widely used by most of the organization. Linux machine is most preferable OS by any organization. Linux machine is most preferable OS by any organization, because Linux machine performance is very high. Linux machine performance will be very high, even though the AWS people or AWS machines itself is using the Linux OS only. AWS, right? That machines is also using the Linux OS only. So we are main thing, like we know to work, we should know to work on Linux machine. We should know to work on Linux machine. That is why for the first itself, I am selecting the Linux. That is why the first thing itself, I am selecting the Linux machine, because it is very much important. Linux is nothing but it is like a terminal. Linux OS will be a terminal machine. It will like a terminal. It is not like you cannot open the browser, you cannot type something and all. Everything you need to work with the command prompt. Everything you need to work with the CLI terminal. So that is the reason it is very much fast. You don't want to open the browser, you don't want to do some activities. Everything will be in the form of command prompt. Everything in the form of command prompt. See here, okay, done. You have chosen the Linux machine. Okay, done. You have chosen the Linux machine. Here we have different versions. Recently, previous month only, this Linux 2023 version has been released. This recently 2023 Linux version has been released. If you want, you can select this. We have a number of options as well. See here, kernel 5.10. So we have another versions like Amazon Linux to .NET 6 PowerShell. So you cannot select this OSs and all. Whatever it is eligible for free tier, that only you can select. Whatever is eligible for free tier, that only you can select. Other than this, you cannot select this paid version at all. You cannot select this paid version at all. It will be charged. So make sure while you creating or while you practicing, in order to select this free tier eligible. Make sure while you practicing, you need to select either this free tier or this free tier, or look for any free tier eligible and then select this OS. So I'm just selecting this free tier eligible. I'm just selecting this free tier eligible. Okay, it has been, I have selected Amazon Linux 2023 AMI. Selected Amazon Linux 2023 AMI. See here, you need either 32-bit or you need either 64-bit. You need either 32-bit or 64-bit. See here, 86 is nothing but it is a 32-bit operating system. 64-bit is nothing but it is a 64-bit operating system. So 1 minute, guys. Please give me only 1 minute. So in every machine, we will have the 6432, where you can see here, if you go to this PC, right click on this PP, go for properties, we'll have an option here, it is a 64-bit operating system. Or if you want 32-bit, here it will be mentioned as 32-bit, but here it will be mentioned as 86. 86 is nothing but it's a 32-bit operating system only. So I have selected both 64 as well as 86. So then the next option is instance typing. Now what we have done, We have selected the machine. So I'm going to buy the Linux machine. I have chosen the 2023 version of Linux as well. And I am good enough now. I have also chosen the 64-bit operating system as well. Okay. Now, the next thing is instance type. Instance type is nothing but it is a hardware part. Instance type is nothing but it is a hardware part. Where AMI is nothing but it is a software part. Here it is nothing but it is a software part. Now, first question they will ask in interview point of view, first thing they will ask how to choose the instance type. First thing they will ask, how will you choose the instance type? On what basis you will choose the instance type? First thing we need to choose CPU. So if you have a desktop, definitely you will get a CPU. So it is a virtual machine. We are going to create a virtual machine. So here we have a virtual CPU. We are going to create a virtual machine. So we have a virtual CPU. If you are using your desktop in your home, it is a physical CPU. Here it is a virtual CPU. So first you need to focus upon virtual CPU. Then you need to consider the memory. Then you need to consider the network performance. Then you need to consider the network performance. By considering these only, I can select the instance type. By considering this only, I can select the instance type. Now I'll go here, click on this instance type. See here, it is T2 micro. What I will do, I'll just click on this compare instance type. See here, there are around 380 instance types. There are around 380 instance type. Everything it is a chargeable based upon the performance. Everything is chargeable based upon the performance. What I have said, you need to consider your virtual CPU and your memory and your network performance. You need to consider your virtual CPU, your memory and your network performance. Again, you need to choose only the free tier options. You need to choose only the free tier options. See here, memory is nothing but your RAM. Memory is nothing but your RAM. So we will have in a laptop like 8 GB RAM, 16 GB RAM and all. So that is called memory. Memory is nothing but your RAM. See here, network performance, low to moderate, very low to moderate, which means it will be the performance will be sometimes low, sometimes it will be moderate. So, and your RAM capacity is only 1 GB. Even our mobile has 8 GB or 16 GB now and all 32 GB and all it is coming. But see here, since because of free tier, they are giving only 1 GB RAM. For practicing purpose, they are giving only 1 GB RAM. See here, how much of RAM AWS is offering, let's see. See here, 6144 GB of RAM, 6144 GB, which means 6144 GB means in MB how much? So see here, 61,44,000 megabytes.
Satish,
Yes,
we choose personal account, right? So if we choose business account, this would be high, right?
yes. If you choose business account, that will be high definitely. But here also you can choose here. Here also you can choose this one. But you need to pay very huge amount. Even if you use the personal account, if you choose the free tier itself, right? Some people are getting charged. As I said right yesterday, I need to, even if I'm creating this instance, right? So if I forgot to terminate the instance while logging off today, every hours it will start calculating. Every hours it will start calculating. I said yesterday, only 12 months free or 750 hours. Whichever is coming first, it will be charged. It will be started charging. So like our bike service only. So either 5,000 kilometers or 3 services. Whichever is coming first, we need to give the service. Correct. Either 5,000 kilometer or the first service, whichever is coming first, we need to give the service. But the same way, either 12 months it is free, or if you are crossing the limit as 750 hours, the account will be chargeable. Even you can select this instance type, even you can select this 6,144 GB instance type, but it will be charged. It is not a free tier account. It will be charged. Heavy charges will be on your account. You cannot bear the charges itself. Only the organization can bear the charges. Okay.
Okay, Satish.
Yeah. So now, as of now, what we will do, we will select the free tier. We will select the free tier. We will go back. So instance type, see here, it is T2 micro. We have multiple families. Next thing we are going to focus upon the family only. We have T2 micro. See here, it is a free tier eligible. So I'm going to choose this. Either you can choose this free tier or there is only one free tier eligible. We have no other option. We need to choose only this. It is only one virtual CPU, only 1 GB memory, only 1 GB memory, and it is low to moderate performance only. This instance is only low to moderate performance. Okay. So as we know, someone asked you how to choose the instance type. Just to say, we will consider the virtual CPU, we will consider the memory which is RAM, we will choose the network performance based upon the network performance. But definitely, if you are into your organization, they will not choose this T2 micro and all. They will choose the high level performance instance type only because they are not using for the practicing purpose. They are using for their business. Definitely, they will choose the high-end configuration. They will choose the high-end configuration only. For we are practicing only, I'm just choosing this T2 micro. Then what is this T2 micro, T1 micro? What is this nano, small, large, and all? What is this? So now we are going to see that. So we have one concept called instance families. We have families called instance families. So where we have different topics like general purpose. Where we have different topics like general purpose. We have compute optimized. We have compute optimized. We have storage optimized. We have a topic called storage optimized. We have, I will explain one by one, but as of now, just to see, we have memory optimized and we have accelerated computing. So we have accelerated computing. Also, we have HPC. HPC is nothing but high performance computing. Now, what is mean by general purpose? Now, what is mean by general purpose? So, if your website does not need high performance, and again, at the same time, it should not be a very low performance. I need to make my website as a low or medium performance website or medium performance website. At that time, I can use this general purpose where we can do the moderate performance, mid-level of performance. Our website will be performing mid-level. At that time, we can use this general purpose where we have a balanced CPU, balanced virtual CPU, balanced memory, and balanced network performance. At that time, I can go for this general purpose. At that time, I can go for this general purpose. Where to see this instance type? See here. Choose AWS instance types, families. See here, we have general purpose, we have compute optimized, we have memory optimized, we have accelerated computing, storage optimized, and HPC optimized. General purpose only, this T2 family and all it is coming. We have chosen one instance, right? T2 micro. We have chosen one instance, right? T2 micro. It and all. See here, this is T2. T2 is the family type. So that and all will come under general purpose. Like this, we have n number of families. Like this, we have n number of families. See here, balance of compute, balance of memory, as well as the network performance. Balance of compute, memory, as well as the network performance. If you need, you can go for this general purpose. Then what is mean by compute optimized? Compute is nothing but it is a calculator. Compute means it is a calculation. Compute is the meaning of calculation. If you are working in your calculation optimized project, if you are working in more calculative projects, see here, these families will come under the compute optimized. See, here itself they would have given. So see here, in case of compute intensive application, it delivers the best price performance for the compute intensive application. At that time, it will go for compute optimized. At that time, you can go for compute optimized. See here, if you are working in video encoding project or any gaming project or any scientific modeling project or any machine learning projects, at that time, you can choose this compute optimized. At that time, you can choose this compute optimized, which means high calculative projects. Maybe calculative projects, we can choose this compute optimized. Calculative projects, we can choose this compute optimized. Then what is mean by storage optimized? Storage. Storage in the sense, it is a large data, large storage we need. See here, these family types will be coming under storage optimized. This family types is coming under storage optimized. See here, if you are working on critical workloads, high data, if you are working on databases projects like MySQL, MariaDB, PostgreSQL, and NoSQL databases projects and all, this storage optimized will be an ideal fit for the workloads which access the very fast access. So if you are working on, see here, search engines, Google search engines, because it even if you search anything, the data is coming, right? It is working on the large data sets. That type of search engines and all can choose the storage optimized performance, can choose this storage optimized instance type, can choose the storage optimized instance type. Maybe I can just put as high load DB projects, or any search engine projects. Example, high load DB projects or any search engine projects which needs to be optimize the higher data. More data, if you want to optimize, we can go for this storage optimize. What is mean by memory? Storage is nothing but it is the storage part or your hard disk part. Memory is nothing but this memory, RAM, it is like a RAM. See, where the memory is used, see here, memory intensive workload, like if you are working in big data analytics or any memory caches, as I said, right, caches. If you are working in that type of projects, we can go for memory optimization. If you are working in that type of projects, I can go for memory optimization. Computing, we know compute means calculation. Accelerated computing means high-end calculation. Compute optimized, if you are moving into the calculative project, I can choose this compute optimized project. But if you are moving into the high-end calculations or high-end calculative projects, maybe like any, see here, like fluid dynamics or computational finance projects, because finance projects, obviously we have an high calculation. Banking domain will have an high calculation. If you are working in seismic analysis is nothing but see how, like, in order to construct. So if there is any speech recognition or drug discovery or any autonomous vehicle projects, which means something you can just remember it as high calculative. From that itself we are getting compute. You just know it is a calculation, which means calculative project. Accelerative is nothing but more calculative projects. Accelerative is nothing but it is a more calculative projects. For that reason, I need to choose the accelerated computing. This HPC has been recently introduced. Which is nothing but high performance computing. So it is high performance computing, and it is very much costly when compared to all. It is very much costly when compared to all the family types, because general purpose is going to give you the moderate purpose. Compute optimize only for the calculative projects. Storage optimize only for the database projects. Memory optimize, it's for the real-time big data projects or memory caching projects. Accelerating high-end calculative projects. But this HPC will do all this works with a good performance. Will do all these works with a good level of performance. Will do all these works with a good level of performance. That is called HPC. And again, it is costly when compared to all the family types. It is costly when compared to all the family types. Obviously, our company or organization, if they need an high performance site, definitely they need to choose this HPC. Definitely they need to choose this HPC. Again, it is very much costly when compared to the above previous options. It is very much costly when compared to the above previous options. So these are the family types available. These are the family types available in your instance type. These are the family types available in your instance type. Guys, any doubt now in family types? Why to choose general purpose? Why to choose the memory optimized, storage optimized, compute optimized, accelerated computing? Any doubts in that? Let me know. I will again re-explain. If not, we'll continue again. Guys, everyone quickly confirm. Guys, do you have any doubts?
No, we don't have any doubts.
Others?
No, you can go on.
Okay. So see here, there is a pricing. Linux pricing is 0.012 USD dollar, Windows pricing. Then what is this pricing under? I said it is costly. How it is costly and what will be the price, how they will charge and how it is there, right? So next thing I'm going to see about the pricing options. Next thing I'm going to talk about this pricing options. In this pricing options, there are 4 types. One is on-demand pricing. First one is on-demand pricing. Second one is reserved pricing. Second one is reserved pricing. Third one is spot instance. And fourth one is dedicated instance. Let's see one by one. What is meant by on-demand pricing? See one by one. What is meant by on-demand pricing? In this term itself, we have one hint. On demand, we are going to purchase the instance on the demand. So, which means it is a sudden purchase. Of your instance. Again, it is expensive. Let's consider suddenly in your project, they are giving you one task. Which you need to buy some high-end instance type. We need to buy some high-end instance type so that definitely if you are not planning earlier, definitely if you are doing some sudden purchase, definitely it will be a costly. So for example, let's take flight itself. So if you are pre-booking your flight before a month, definitely the charges will be very, very low. If you are suddenly planning, like tomorrow you need to move to Mumbai. Tomorrow, if you are planning to move to Mumbai or to move to Chennai, suddenly if I try to book the flight ticket, definitely it will be triple or four times of the base amount, triple or 4 times of the original amount. That is a sudden purchase. So obviously, take a train ticket example as well. If you are planning to buy before the 2 months or 3 months or 1 month before, definitely the train ticket will be like 600 to 700 range. But if you are planning to buy immediately using the Tatkal way, tomorrow is a train. Today, 11 a.m. you need to book the train ticket using Tatkal. Definitely, we need to pay the amount whatever they are saying. If they are saying 900, 1,000, 1,200, whatever the amount they are saying, definitely there is no other option. We need to pay. The same thing is on-demand pricing. So suddenly, if you are planning to buy some instance type, your organization suddenly they are planning to buy. It might be an emergency situation. There is no other go. At that time, we need to go for on-demand pricing, which is a sudden purchase, which is more expensive. Next thing, we are going to go for reserved pricing. Reserved pricing is nothing but the term itself we are there. So we are reserving the instance. We are planning early. And we will reserve the instance. We will reserve the instance. We will plan early and we will reserve the instance. Maybe for 1 to 3 years, I would have taken the service. I would have planned earlier and like previously itself, I would have bought. I would have planned earlier and previously itself, I would have booked. Again, it is cheap. And we will get up to 70% discount in this. We will get up to 70% of discount here. We will get up to 70% of the original price discount. Maybe it is an example. I'm just saying we might get up to 70% of discount. Why? I'm just planning earlier. And the same example I can give you now. The flight ticket, if I plan early before 2 months, I can book for 1,500. The same thing I have done. Like 2 months ago, I just planned to go to Mumbai. I just paid only 1,500 for the flight ticket. But I have booked the ticket in October month itself. But I have planned to go on January. So I have paid only 1,500. Same thing happened last month. I like suddenly I got immediate work in Mumbai. At that time, what I have done, I have paid 8,500 for per ticket, 8,500 per ticket. That is on-demand pricing. But if you plan early, definitely the amount will be cheap. Definitely the amount will be cheap. The same thing for the train tickets as well. If you plan early and book, you can book in 500 itself. But if you miss that plan, in order to do plan early, you need to, there is no other go, you need to go for the Tatkal option. So whatever the amount they are asking, we need to pay. There is no other go, that is on demand. If you are reserving early, that is called reserved pricing. So reserved pricing, we might get up to 70% of discount. Reserved pricing, we might get up to 70% of discount. In this reserved itself, we have three options. We have fully upfront, we have partial upfront, and we have no upfront. We have no upfront. What is fully upfront? Fully upfront means total amount will be paid initially. Total amount will be paid initially. That is called fully upfront. So if you are very much sure that you are going to work on this project, or that you need this instance, or that you need this machine for 3 years, that you need this machine for 3 years, at that time you can choose the fully upfront. Partial is upfront is partial amount we will pay initially. Partial amount will be paid initially. Partial amount will be paid initially, and remaining will be paying pay per usage. Remaining will be paying pay per usage. If you are not sure, like I'm not sure whether 3 years it will last or not, but definitely I need a 1 year. That I am sure, but definitely I know we need this AWS for 1 year, but I am not sure I need 3 years and all. So at that time, what I will do, I will pay partially for 1 year alone, and remaining, if I got extended, I will pay per usage. I will pay the amount per usage. So if you are using this fully upfront, if you are choosing this fully upfront, we will directly get the 70% discount. We will directly get the 70% discount. Maybe if you are choosing the partial upfront, you might get only 50% discount, because you are not paying the full amount. You are just paying the partial amount. You might get the less discount. No upfront means no initial payment. No initial payment. Everything will be a paper usage. You might get only 20% discount over here. You might only get the 20%, but you are reserving, but you are not paying earlier. You are reserving, but you are not paying earlier, so that you might get very less discount. Maybe a 20% discount you might get. So reserved pricing is nothing but you're reserving earlier. You're reserving your machine earlier, so that you can get the discounted price. So third pricing option is spot instance. Third pricing option is the spot instance. So what is being by spot instance? Spot instance is nothing but unused servers from the AWS will be allocated in this. Unused servers will be allocated. See, we are running some textile shop. They are giving some year-end sale, right? Why they are giving some year-end sale? That dress or that cloth may be not sold for a long time. So what they are doing, they are giving for less price in order to get that item sold. Like they are putting like the expiry date nearing products and all. In supermarkets also, the next month expiry products and all, what they will do, they will give for very low price. Why? Because in the next month it will be expired. Then there is no use itself. At least they will be getting some base amount. So that is the reason they are using some unused items or unused products and all. They are giving for a less amount. Then called as discount. It is a strategy they will follow, like in textiles or any supermarkets or anything. They will give items only only the unused items only they will give a discount. Only the unused items are no longer longer than it is no sales on that item. That item will be only given for the discount. That is a strategy for them. The same way here, AWS is giving unused server at a very high discount, which is 90% discount. They are giving us 90% discounted price. 90% discounted price. Then your next question will be, everyone will be choosing this spot instance. Why there is a reserved pricing or on-demand pricing at all? Everyone can choose the spot instance itself, right? There the AWS people has given some restriction. There the AWS people has given some restriction. This spot instance, it is not reliable. You cannot believe this spot instance. Anytime it may gone. Anytime it may It may be revoked back. Anytime it may be revoked back. Why it may be revoked back? So when you want to choose the spot instance, I'll come to later. For example, let's say you are buying one server for a very low amount, $5. Very low amount, $5. Maybe person one paid $5 in order to get this, server. Person two paid $10 in order to get this server. Everyone will be getting the server. That is not an issue. But person two, even though it is $5, he have paid some additionally $5 extra. This person three, he paid $15. He paid $15. Now what will do? Suddenly the price may get high. Suddenly the price may get high. That and all we are not sure when the price will get high or not. You will be working on some task. If suddenly the price has been increased to $7, if suddenly the price has been increased to $7, suddenly if it is increased to $7, this guy will lose an access because he only paid $5. AWS will not come to this person, see that, like, see here, like we have increased the price, are you willing to pay some extra amount? They won't ask. They will immediately revoke back without asking to this particular person itself. They won't ask the permission in revoking the server and all. Without any prior intimation, they will immediately revoke back. So now the price has been increased to $11. Price has been increased to $11. This person also will lose an access to the server. Only this person will be able to using the server. If it has been increased to $16, this person also will be losing an access to the server. So we cannot relay this spot instance. We cannot relay this server. We cannot relay this server. If you are performing some important task, at that time, if suddenly the server has been revoked by the AWS, what will happen? The entire task, if you have done, it might be lost, right? It might be lost, right? So when you need to choose the spot instance, if you are a company, they are given some task for 1 hour or 30 minutes, some simple task. At that time, you can choose the spot instance, but you cannot host your application in the spot instance at all. We cannot, for our website, we cannot give the spot instance at all because anytime our server may revoke back. Anytime our server may revoke back. This spot instance is not reliable. If you are performing some small minimal tasks, any minor task, you can choose the spot instance. For example, if you are studying in some organization, maybe if I give you one task, tomorrow if I give you one task, like in order to perform one simple task using the spot instance, at that time you can pay back the amount. But if I give you the huge task, definitely you cannot rely on this spot instance because anytime your data might be lost. It is not reliable. Finally, we have dedicated host. Finally, we have an option called dedicated host. Dedicated host is nothing but one particular server will be dedicated to one organization. It is fully dedicated to one organization. No other peoples can share the service. No other peoples can share the servers. One particular full server will be allocated to one organization. Maybe the bigger MNCs will be using this dedicated host. Obviously, if you are using the whole server, definitely it is an expensive one. And again, it is reliable. It has been dedicatedly applied to you or dedicatedly handed over to your organization. But it is expensive and it is more reliable. But obviously, if it is more reliable and it is dedicated server, obviously the cost will be high. That is why it is expensive. So we have 4 pricing options. One is on demand, one is reserved, one is spot, and one is dedicated instance. On demand is nothing but if you are planning for a sudden purchase, you might get the on demand pricing. You need to choose the on demand pricing, which is expensive. If you are reserved pricing, if you are planning earlier, if you are planning for next 3 years or next 1 year or next 2 years, you might get the huge discount. Under this itself, we have a 3. One is fully upfront, partial upfront, no upfront. Fully upfront means you are paying the total amount initially. You might get 70% discount. If you are paying the partial amount, you might get only the 50% discount. If you are paying no amount, you will not be getting no initial amount. You will not get that much of discount. You will be getting only the 20% discount. spot instance is nothing but we will be getting the 90% discount, but it is not reliable. But it is not reliable and mainly the unused servers will be allocated. Because of that, we are not going to face any issues. Unused server or used server. Anyway, we are going to use, but it is not reliable. This is the major impact over here. Next, there is a dedicated host where we will be allocated some dedicated server to our organization alone. So where that it is expensive as well as it is reliable as well. It is expensive as well as it is reliable. So again, tomorrow only we are going to launch the instance. So still we have this much of options. So I need to explain one by one what is key pair and what is network type and what is configure storage and all I need to explain. Then only I'm going to click on this launch instance. As I said yesterday, I'll be covering one by one only instance type. Everything is important. I cannot skip any one because see here in under the instance type itself, we have seen this much of topic. Again, no one will be covering this much of in detail. So please practice again. So I hope everyone would have been created some easy account, AWS account. If not, again today create and look for this notes. I will share the notes. And I will share the recordings as well in the group in, today night. So just to see, look out those and then practice again. Guys, if you have any doubts, just ask
Sure.
me now.
Satish, where we can get these notes?
I will share you in the group. Now I will share the group. In the group.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Guys, if you don't have any doubts, you can connect. Okay, yes, let's connect tomorrow. Just ping me if you have any doubts.
Can we leave the meeting, Satish?
Yes, you can. Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Satish. Have a good day.
Yeah, thank you.